So we are talking to not the winning coach, but the winning treasurer, Vaughan McDonald of the Willunga Football Club. Vaughan, thanks for joining us, mate.
Nah, no worries at all.
What a fantastic game of footy. I mean, at the start of this, everyone was going, it's going to be a close game, but you guys got off to a good start. 2-goal margin there at the first quarter, and you just blitzed them.
Yeah, absolutely, and really pleasing to see in the respect that a whole lot of young kids out there, who we had the chance last year to blood a lot of those young kids when we were decimated with injury.
Yes.
And brought in some experience too. Obviously, Daniel Nobes, who is a massive presence forward. So, and they probably walk a lot taller, the young blokes around him too. Really, absolutely pleasing.
We're calling him a nightmare in Nobe Street. So, he is a man mountain. Those hands are solid. He's a focal point. He kicked 7 goals today.
He kicked 7 today in the end. Yeah, I thought he must have been around that. Yeah,
he caught one in the mouth there. He came off. He was going to kick 8. He was spewing about that.
Yeah, look, he's certainly attracted a fair bit of attention from opposition, and but he's worked his way through that, and he's a big focal point.
Do you know what happened to him? He got one in the schnoz in the mouth there?
Yeah, look, I mean, that's just part of footy, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, that's just life, and he knows. He attracts that type of attention, and what the thing for us is we've got to provide support around that. So I think he's been really good.
Yeah, absolutely. And what about Liam Nye? How fantastic was his game?
Well, Liam Nye, he's I've known him since he was a little tacker. Best mates with my oldest boy, and so followed him very closely, through his journey in South Adelaide, and to get a player of his quality back to Willunga as a Willunga junior, huge.
What a dominating performance out here today. I mean, he was everywhere.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Caught one in the side of the head, bit of claret, he's come back on.
It was really interesting. I just said to someone before, when he went off, McLaren grabbed some ascendancy, and when he came back on, I think he won the next 2 clearances, which resulted in goals. So goes to show, like, he's a ripping kid, and so he's a kid. He's 23 now, but fantastic.
And you've got them all over. These guys, like you said, you had a rebuilding year last year, and that was probably for your great benefit. All these young kids
are coming through, and they got their 5 or 6 games last year, and it stood us in good stead. So.
Great to see Dylan Draper. He's the goal kicker, but he's the midfielder. He's in the backs. He can play.
He's everywhere. The old utility, isn't he?
Yeah, fantastic.
He's fantastic for us.
Another great game by Shervington again.
Just dominating, and I actually Sherv. I'm sure he won't mind me saying so. At under 17 level, couldn't get a game.
Really?
And went away and just worked his backside off.
Okay.
He's super fit. I'd say he'd win most of the running.
He's good
time trials. And full credit to him. To make something of himself, which he has done, he's been fantastic.
Terrific. And massive game of football next week. I know next week, you got Yank versus Willunga. So I was thinking about McLaren's versus Victor. We'll be doing that game next week. But Yank versus Willunga. I mean, those guys have scared you in the past.
No, they beat us here last year.
Yeah, they beat you last year. But geez, I tell you what, your team is a very different team than last year, isn't it?
Oh, most definitely is. But look, they knocked off Encounter Bay last week too.
True.
So I mean, there's no easy games.
Yeah.
If you don't turn up, and I said to, I have a bit to do with our junior cops today who got beat, and if you turn off 5% off and then you multiply that through, 21 or 22 or whatever it is, you'll get rolled.
Yeah.
So, the challenge is there, and when you have a big win like we did today against the Vale, there's sometimes a natural letdown.
Yeah, right.
And I think our boys got to be mature enough to get themselves up and win the games you're supposed to.
Up and running. Yeah, you're expected to win that. You don't want to take the foot off the pedal.
No, exactly right. It's a tight competition at the top of the table.
Absolutely.
So, still plenty of work to do.
And there's that incredible game towards the end of the year. It's going to be Willunga versus Victor.
Yes.
Beaten those guys before.
Yeah, that's right.
Red hot for you.
Yeah, exactly right. I just hope that South Adelaide 18s play on the Saturday, because that'll make Bryce unavailable.
There you go. Love it. Thanks for your time, Vaughan.
No
Appreciate it.
dramas.
It's been
Pleasure.
the Great Southern Football League live on the radio 90.1, stream at YouTube at happyfm.org.au. See you next week.